He is very close and was very close and is tracked by the government. They have control over your digital account. They can freeze what you buy, what you spend, how you spend, and they can just take money out anytime they want for taxes, for fees, for penalties. Think about this. This is not fantasy. This is actually happening. Also reported in the mainstream media, hidden, but it is there, is an organization called BRICS, B-R-I-C-S, and it stands for Brazil.
Woo! Good morning, family. Rise and shine. Another blessed and grateful day. As always, I'm excited. I'm fired up. And today, let me tell you, I'm going to go a little bit deep under the layers of the onion today and give you all a topic that I know without a shadow of a doubt is crucial, important to understand right here, right now in these times. So I'm excited to go ahead and pour back this elite 1% value. Hopefully YouTube doesn't go ahead and take this one down because I know they don't want this information to be out there. This is the 1% of the 1%. So let's go. JoJo in the building. I love it. I love it. Share this out. Put this on your stories. This is going to be a live that those do not want to miss if they want to be prepared for what is coming and what is on the way. So telling you this is going to be a legendary one. Before we go ahead and get started, what is everybody grateful for coming into today? Let me get live on IG. I want them to go ahead and hear this sauce as well. And we're going to go ahead and get rocking and rolling for this one. Here we go. What is everybody grateful for coming into the day? Let me know. Let me know. In today's topic, we're going to be talking about the CashApp FedNow coin and what is really going on. The truth behind it all. All right, here we go. IG is live. It's game time. Let's go. Awesome, awesome. So family, I'm grateful to be alive. I'm grateful for God. I'm grateful to understand and understand the information that we have access to right now, because a lot of people that I'm telling you, 12 to 18 months, 24 months is going to go by and people are going to get slapped in the face with what is happening underneath the surface that many aren't even paying attention to. So I'm grateful for the circle of influence that we all have. I'm grateful to be alive. I'm grateful for all of the abundance that is coming and flowing in. Shout out to JoJo. She just got her 100th sale. I got your flyer coming out, Queen. So don't worry. That is going to be dropped today. So listen, I am not surprised that everything that is flowing right now, because this is what happens when we do the deep work, when we take the time to really become the best versions of ourselves. So I know we have only scratched the surface. 126 now. Get out of here. Yo, let me get some of these products on my store. I'm trying to get some of these drawings. Tell Nisha to go ahead and throw me over some of these. 126, literally in a matter of a couple weeks, you guys are exploding. So I know you guys are just getting started. So here we go. Let's get into it, family. 126 sales. Literally, you guys are flinging off of the shelf. I love to see it. Here we go. So today, family, we're going to be talking about, my fault, IG, I don't have my stand today. Today, we're going to be talking about the truth behind the CashApp FedNow coin. And I want you guys to understand that, right? What is happening right now, literally right now, is one of the biggest financial revolution shifts ever to take place on planet Earth. I'm telling you right now, I've been studying a lot lately. I've been doing a lot of research, a lot of due diligence, and I understand that if you guys look at history and you guys pay attention, you'll start to notice a couple different things, right? Deanne in the building, what's going on? You'll start to notice that history repeats itself, right? There's certain instances where we can go back and we can see how certain things make sense. I'll give you guys the first one, okay? Inside of a recession, if we go back to the roaring 20s and we look at what happened, the Great Depression, money doesn't just disappear, right? Money simply just gets transferred into the smarter individuals' hands, okay? So the times that we're living through right now, there's going to be one of the biggest shifts to ever take place. I want to go ahead and just give you guys a little details on what's been going on in the world, so you guys can get an idea of what's really happening, okay? This is a woke conversation. I almost don't even want to put this out there because I'm afraid YouTube is going to go ahead and take it down. But people need to know this, right? Number one, I want to ask you guys a question about COVID, okay? When COVID started, let me give you guys a sneak peek of what was really going down during COVID. Okay, so when that time happened, everybody had to go inside. I'll never forget it. I was actually going to an event. We had a huge, actually, IM event, a convention over in New York. Right, it was literally in March, and I'll never forget it. Towards the end of that trip, they were saying we're about to get on lockdown for COVID, and the day that we left, the day after that, was the day they literally shut down New York. Right, New York was pretty much the headquarters of the pandemic at that point. Right, the pandemic, exactly, Lady Boss Nikki. So watch this. Watch how interesting this is. Prince, what's going on, family? Lady Venus, I see you. Good morning. So watch this. During the pandemic, when everybody had to go inside, right? I want to ask you guys a question. What do you think was happening while everybody was inside? Do you guys know what was being planted outside all around the, not just all around the country, all around the world, while everybody was stuck inside and nobody could really go out anywhere? Do you know what they were planting? Let me see if you guys know. Let me see how woke anybody is on this anybody is on this call. What was the government doing when everybody was stuck inside during COVID? Who knows? You ready? You see, the government was planting what is called 5G towers when everybody was inside. They were planting them around the schools. They were planting them all around the city. They were planting them all around the world, not just the country, all around the world. They were busy with so much construction, right? So much control. I don't know if you guys understand how powerful 5G is, not just from a radioactive wave standpoint and how deadly that is, right? I don't know if you guys know this or not, but when you plug in your charger at nighttime, when you plug in your charger sitting here right now, the radio waves, the radio frequency off of that is so powerful, most people don't even know it. That's why if you sleep next to your bed with your charger literally right next to you, we're emitting so many negative cancerous frequency radioactive waves onto our skin and we don't even know it. Well, you see, the radioactivity from 5G is so powerful, it's not even funny. You see, the technology of 5G, family, they have towers that are placed in your city, right? As you walk by the tower, they can use literally, it's already in China, they can use facial recognition, they can scan your face, they can see your account, they can see everything that's going on in your life. It's to the point where if you want to go on an Uber ride, they literally have scanners where they can scan your face, your account is already hooked up, and you can just automatically pay for the ride hands-free. That's how crazy the world's turning into right now, right here as we speak. That's what was happening during the pandemic, right? They're planning all of these 5G towers, right? They're getting individuals used to staying inside, okay? If you look at the news every day, why do you think anytime you ever look at the news, you can test this every day. Anytime you ever look at the news, you're always going to see fear. You're always going to see negativity going on. Why is that? Because the 1% of the 1%, they understand that when we're not thinking, we can't create. We have no imagination. We cannot go against the grain. This is why porn exists. This is why there's so much negativity on the news, because they take away our testosterone. They take away our thinking power. They take away our energy, right? I don't know if you guys know this or not, but even the grocery stores, the food that we eat, the water that we consume is meant to create us into drifters. You see, you cannot have a clear mind thinking, eating junk food all day, eating processed foods, eating sugar and latent things that we consume all the time. You cannot operate at a high level, and the elite know this. That's why all of these things are being set up, are being put in place to go ahead and act out their plan that they want to go ahead and come to fruition, which for most of us, it doesn't have the best intentions, right? So let me give you guys a little bit about history of what's going on right now, okay? Who knows what just happened with some of the biggest banks that exists, okay? Right? Silicon Valley, one of the biggest banks that has so many connections, has so many contacts, just went down out of nowhere, okay? Some of the biggest crypto exchanges, boom, just went out of nowhere, right? I don't know if you guys know what just happened. April 30th. What are we at? May 2nd, May 3rd? April 30th, one of the biggest exchanges for crypto just went down in the US. If you don't know what the name is, you don't know what I'm talking about, go Google it. It's called Bittrex, okay? One of the biggest exchanges just completely went down out of nowhere. There's people that have millions of dollars in these exchanges, and they gave people literally like a 3-week or 1-month window to literally withdraw all your money. And there were so many loopholes that people had to go through. two-factor identifications, not being able to log in their account because they made all these additional factors that made it difficult to get in. Family, there was millions of people that lost hundreds, thousands, hundreds of thousands, and even millions of dollars because they couldn't get in their account. When they went to go withdraw, it wouldn't even connect to their bank account. I have high-level friends that I've seen this. So when I tell you beneath the surface, family, there is so much going on right now that I felt it was important for everybody to know. I need all of you to know this information before it's too late. Seriously, this is a very serious conversation. This is why I'm so adamant about studying these skill sets of e-commerce, about trading, of earning residual income, because family, the time is coming. I don't mean to scare you, but I am here to give you the truth. The time is coming where things are going to be a lot different, okay? Let me go ahead and give you guys a little bit more of an example. If you don't believe me, if you think I'm just blowing smoke, right? How many of you guys, I want you to drop a 3 down below if you guys have the CashApp app on your phone. Drop a 3 down below if you have CashApp on your phone. Okay? I do as well. I don't know if you guys know this or not, but believe it or not, the CEO of CashApp, okay? CashApp is a place where we can exchange money, and was one of the first simple apps to make it very easy to exchange Bitcoin as well. You can also exchange crypto on CashApp as well. Well, the CashApp owner, guess what? He died. He was murdered. If you don't believe me, go do your research after this call. The CashApp CEO was murdered days ago. Okay? And if you go back and see what happened, tell me if it's a coincidence, okay? Days after the CEO CashApp guy was murdered, isn't it funny? There was a couple guys from top big crypto exchanges that were murdered as well, right? Sam, one of the other biggest crypto exchanges, turned out to be a huge scam, okay? This is not coincidence, okay? All of these things were planned. All of these top celebrities and top influencers were promoting some of these big exchanges that now just flushed. The big individuals understand this too, right? The big tech guy also as well. Boom, killed out of nowhere. So days later, after the CashApp CEO was killed, do you know what was created? It's actually the title of my video. This is the title of today's episode. The CashApp Now Fed coin was literally created days after the CashApp CEO was murdered. Somebody tell me if that's a coincidence or not. Right? It's a different name, but this is what's happening. Okay? So I want to tell you guys what is essentially going to be happening with the CashApp CEO with the CashApp Fed Now coin. Okay? Basically, they're bringing out, the feds, okay? They're bringing out their own cash apps. They're bringing out their own crypto to literally replace the financial system that's happening right now. This is the beginning, I'm telling you right now, of a cashless society, okay? This is their goal. This is their vision. 3 large banks have already sold off. More large banks are already in the works to go ahead and fail and completely crumble. So here's what's happening, okay? In 1933, success leaves clues. History always repeats itself, right? In 1933, they outlawed the private ownership of gold, okay? Anybody that had any physical gold, guess what? It was literally confiscated. All physical gold was confiscated. You see, the government, once this Fed CashApp Now app, essentially CashApp Now coin is created, they have the ability to literally freeze everything. They have the ability to confiscate any physical asset. They have the ability to go ahead and limit any of our spending. They have the ability to go ahead and cut off any of our gas, okay? This is such a real time that most people don't even understand what's happening right underneath their noses. You see, there's so much media going on in the news, and none of it is discussing what's being created right now, okay? You don't have to commit a crime for them to be able to take fees outside of our account. Hundreds and thousands, billions of dollars have already been confiscated, and there's nothing that we can do about it, okay? If you look at Andrew Tate, right? This is why there's certain individuals that they don't want them to get this information out. Dr. Sebi, he was giving elite information about fixes and cures to cancer. He was wiped off the face of the earth. You see? They don't want the elite. If you look at Outwitting the Devil, if you look at Think and Grow Rich, if you look at Napoleon Hill, they've never wanted this elite information to be out there because it allows the thinkers to think. It allows us to get access to the right information, the truth. That's always been there, but most don't have any way to go ahead and see any of this because we're so bombarded with this negativity. So Andrew Tate speaking out the truth. They just locked him up in Romania for over 60 days because they don't want people to understand what is happening with the new world order. Okay. Actually, I want to show you guys something very interesting. I actually have it on my phone. IG, give me a second. If you guys want to go see this, get on YouTube real quick. You ready? Yo, check this out. Check this out. I'm about to wake you guys up so much with this. I know a lot of you have probably never seen this before, so watch. Watch how interesting this is. I saw this literally like 3 days ago, and it was with Elon Musk, right? Here we go. So Elon Musk, back in 2018, he was at a gala, okay? And somebody happened to get this footage of him, and he was actually wearing this white jacket. And inside of the white jacket, you can't really see it, but I'm going to let you guys get a sneak peek, okay? So he's wearing this white jacket. You can't really see it, but inside of this white jacket, if you look really closely, it has some special words on side of this jacket. Now I want to flip to the next image. When you actually highlight these words, here's what it says. It says Novus Ordo Seclorum. Novus Ordo Seclorum. Novus Ordo Seclorum. Okay. Now let's go to Google. Let's go ahead and Google that word real quick. For those of you that don't know what that means. You see, when you Google that, here's what it says. Novus Ordo Seclorum stands for New World, basically New Order of the Ages. Okay. New World of the Ages. If you don't know Elon Musk, he's one of the top 5 wealthiest individuals inside of the world. So you talk about the elite. Let's just say he knows a little bit about what is going on right now. And look what's funny. If you guys have a dollar bill on you, do me a favor. Get out your wallet, open up your dollar bill, and tell me yes or no if you see this or not. It's on every bill, every dollar bill. You see, we have the pyramid with the all-seeing eye, but also at the bottom, tell me what this says right here. What does this say? I don't have the full screenshot, but it says just that. Novus Ordo Seclorum. It says New World Order right on the dollar bill. And you know what's actually really crazy? I got so obsessed yesterday. I was actually with my cousin. He was telling me, you guys can take your phone and you can literally zoom in on some of the dollar bills, and there's literally elite information inside of some of these bills. I don't have it on me right now. It's crazy. Like if you have a $20 bill and you zoom in, okay, inside of some of the windows, there's literally different faces inside of the dollar bill. And the average person would never even know that. There's so much woke information that is underneath the layers, okay? People think about the president makes all the decisions. Not at all. There's levels to life, right? If you look at the Illuminati is at a lower level. When you really start to understand, they have what's called even Masons, okay? There's 33 degrees of Masons that are above even the Illuminati that know even higher level of elite information of what is actually going on in the world, okay? So this is what I told you. This is a really woke conversation. So let's go back to it. Let's go ahead and go a little bit deeper down the rabbit hole. You ready? This isn't a fantasy, and I'll give you guys an example of why history repeats itself and why we can study history to get an idea of what's happening now, okay? How many of you guys know about the euro? Do you guys know the story of what actually happened with the euro? Drop a 2 down below if you guys know this. Oh, my live got cut off on Instagram, of course. See, I knew it. I knew something was going to get cut off. They cut off my live on IG. I knew it. They didn't want people to hear this one. Let me go ahead and get them back on real quick. So who knows this right now? Do you guys know what happened with the euro? You see, years ago, when you look at history, not all countries that were close to Europe, they had the euro, right? They had the Dutch franc. They had different currencies. And us being Forex traders, we know that, right? We know that. So hold on. I gotta get IG back on live. They can't miss this. Cash App now, coin the truth. Cannot let them miss this. Okay. So when you go back and study the euro, family, there was different countries' currencies, and guess what happened? Okay. They made it a point to where anybody that didn't have the euro, they had to literally get rid of that currency. And there was a certain date, no matter how much cash somebody had of that currency, if they did not exchange it, all of that currency, guess what, was worth literally zero. Right, Shane Talina, they got me now. Was worth zero. You see, they had to exchange all of their money to the euro, and if they didn't, all of that money went to nothing. The same thing is going to happen with cash, I believe. Right? This is just following history. So there's an organization that's actually being started, that's been created over the past couple of months, over the past couple of years, that have been setting up for what is about to happen, and it's actually called BRICS. Have you guys ever heard of this organization called BRICS yet? You see, BRICS stands for the Brazil, all these countries, right? The Brazil, the Russia, the India, Chinese countries. Okay, you see, some of the wealthiest people, they talked about, even Robert Kiyosaki. He said banks are more dangerous to liberties than standing armies because they can deprive of all of us of our property, our assets, anything that we own. Right? This is literally going to split the gap between the poor and the wealthy. I want you to think about that, family. They have the ability to freeze our account. They have the ability to stop us from going out and getting groceries, on giving gas, on limiting our spending. Any house that we have, boom, they can be taken because they have access through us digitally. They can see everything that's being done inside of our lives. Inflation is going to continue to go up. Prices are going to continue to go up. And guess what? The value of currency is continuing to go down, right? Stocks, if you look at the stock market, stocks are at fake prices right now. They're very manipulated. They're not at all at what they appear to be on the surface. If nobody told you yet, family, we're in a full-blown recession. We're here. We're in it right now. Okay. I'm also a realtor. I'm a real estate agent. Right. That's one of the first things I did getting out of college. So because I wanted to understand the economy, I wanted to get inside of the 1%. The most millionaires are created through, number one, is real estate. Number two is through network marketing. So I wanted to study the GOATs. I wanted to study the elite. And when I started studying real estate, I picked up a couple of different things. Okay. During the 2008 crash, once again, that was all set up. The wealthy were planning for that, to go ahead and get in at prices that were never to be seen again for a very long time. Well, the same thing is about to happen right now. In real estate, the prices are through the roof. This house that I'm sitting in right now, this thing is double the price than what it was worth a couple of years ago. Anybody who bought a couple of years ago, their house has doubled. Well, if we know the trading world, here's what I've understood. Anything that goes up must what? Has to come down. It has to go back and get this money. It has to retrace. So the time for a crash is here. It's coming. It's on the way. It's just a matter of time. This is why I tell you, family, this call to me, I could have just kept this to myself, but I know for a fact what is about to happen, what is on the way, and I don't want anybody to miss it. I don't want anybody to not be prepared and to have this time go by and people are in a position that they were dying and wishing that they took different choices months ago. Right? So the last thing I want to go ahead and end off with is this, family. Times ahead are going to be radically different. That's just the God's honest truth. Okay, I'm not here to beat around the bush. I'm not here to give you guys a fluff story, but I am here to tell you this can be the scariest time for some, but for others, I see it like a hurricane, right? Some of us live in Florida. Some of us have experienced hurricanes. You see, a hurricane for many can be very scary if you're not prepared. You got a category 5. You didn't put anything inside. You didn't evacuate. Guess what? You are going to get swiped without a shadow of a doubt. We had a category 5 over here, but guess what? We were prepared. Not as well as we could have been, but we were prepared, right? We had the food. We were boarded up. We shuttered off some things, right? And it wasn't that bad. The storm passed. It went by, and we ended up just fine. Well, the same thing is going to happen here. The ones that are prepared for the storm, that are able to go ahead and get in position, by the time this storm blows over, they're gonna be in position to have one of the most opportunity time to make quantum leaps, explosions inside of our lives. I'm talking about 10x, 50x, 100x, 1000x type of gains by being in the right position. But those that are just letting time slip by, that are just floating, that are just working, that are just watching the news, there's gonna be a day where they're going to get wrecked. Just being honest, right? Where they're going to wake up and say, how did this happen to me? Why is all this negativity happening to me right now? It's because they weren't prepared. They weren't around the right information. They weren't plugged into an inner circle that understands things like this. So family, this was the topic I couldn't let slip by. I had to get this off my chest. I had to make sure the dream team and the family was prepared for what's here and what's about to happen. So if you guys don't know some of the dates that's coming up, there's a big meeting going on in July. Okay. We're over here, we're coming into this, it's nearing, but it doesn't mean, a shift is going to happen in July. All of a sudden things are going to get crazy. I'm just letting you guys know that it's official that the ice has cracked. Okay. It's cracked. It's just a matter of time before it starts to really go ahead and sink through. So I made sure everybody was prepared. And here's the deal, family. I've never been so excited in my time because of the access that we have. We have recession-proof skills. So there's no need to be afraid. We know how to build an e-commerce store. We know how to go ahead and learn the skill sets of trading, whether that be Forex or crypto. No matter what way the market goes, we can be able to profit, right? We know skill sets of residual income. We know how to be individuals of value. And I can tell you one piece of advice. The individuals who know how to give value, the individuals who know how to really go ahead and pour back into the world are going to be those that are not going to have to worry about money coming into this season. Because this is where the difference is going to be. The ones that have no value, that have nothing to give, but just clocking into a job, no offense, but that's going to be one of the biggest differences that separates the very few and the masses. So family, that's my training for today. If you guys got a little bit of value, this woke you up a little bit to what's actually happening right now. Drop some sevens down below, smash that like button, and share this with somebody that needs to hear it. Because family, we're in the right place, right time, with the right people to go ahead and set ourselves up perfectly for what is about to happen. So family, I love you. Remember, if nobody told you today, I love you. I appreciate you. I'm proud of you. And know that we are ready to take advantage of one of the biggest financial revolution shifts ever to take place in humanity. It is your favorite entrepreneur, Define Dreams. Remember, we can be, do, and have anything we can hold in our mind. We can hold it right here in our hand. And I see nothing but success, abundance, and blessings on the way for us and for the family. Dream team, let's grow. It's game time. Let's make sure we're prepared. It's game time. Let's go.